Well, hello YouTube, it's your girl Janae coming at you with another video. So, as you can see by the title, this video is going to be about my relationship, getting married in the military, getting divorced in the military, just things like that. I'm not going to really go into detail on my relationship, but I will let you guys know some lessons that I've learned. Thank you guys for requesting this video, and if you guys are interested to see what I have to say, then just keep on watching. So let me start from the very beginning. Me and my ex-wife have known each other for years and years and years and years. We actually met my freshman year in high school and her senior year, so like 2010, and we started talking and stuff, but she ended up going to college. I was still in high school, so we kind of like dwindled off. When we really started dating seriously was about 3 years later, and I was a senior in high school. Everything was fine, you know, we had our hiccups like every relationship did, but she ended up joining the military in 2014. If this sounds familiar, you guys probably saw my video talking about dating in depth and everything like that. So basically the person that I was talking about in that video was my wife. I didn't know it at the time, but yeah, she ended up becoming my wife. Pretty much what I said in that video is to be single if you want to join the military, and if you don't want to be single, if you are in a committed relationship, then just make sure that you two have a mutual understanding. I thought that her and I had a mutual understanding, and you know, things happen, you know, people make mistakes, and we ended up breaking up when she was in tech school. All in all, we still kept in contact pretty much. We were pretty cool, kind of. There was a period of time where we did not talk at all, but before I left for basic, she hit me up and was just like, hey, I know you want to leave for basic, and I just want to make sure that you're okay and you're prepared, you know, because she already went through it. So I was like, yeah, I'm fine, and she said that she would write me and all this other stuff. So to make a long story short, in tech school, we ended up getting married. She was already operational and I was in tech school. The process wasn't that hard. The only thing that was kind of difficult was me getting reassigned. So I already had an assignment when I got married, and it was not to Texas where she was. As far as being active duty, you can have the choice of being joint spouse, which means you can travel with your spouse. There are plenty of codes out there. I'm going to label them down below in the description box. I have to do some research and stuff. So all in all, I PCS down here to Texas, and you know, her and I lived together, got an apartment, and whatever, we ended up getting a dog, whatever. To make a long story short, I honestly believe that the reason why we had some of the issues that we had while we were married was because we never forgave each other for the past. And also, I just feel like we kind of grew apart. Our lives were just going into two separate directions, and it just wasn't a healthy relationship anymore due to the things that happened in the past, and due to just us growing in, you know, seeing life in different perspectives. That's the best way that I could put it. I'm not bashing my ex-wife. I'm not bashing her character or anything like that. I did not want this to be a negative video at all. I actually just wanted this to be an educational video to let everyone know that, you know, just because you love someone does not mean that you should be with them. I will always have love in my heart for that individual, because she was my first true love, and despite the mistakes that she made and despite the mistakes that I made, I just feel like we made the mature decision to cut it off when we cut it off, because we didn't waste, you know, 5, 10, 15 years knowing that we should have been divorced at the 6-month mark. You get what I'm saying? I just feel like marriage is hard. Relationships are hard. It's not an easy thing. Nothing worth having is easy. But what I will tell you guys is, if you feel like you need to leave a situation or leave a relationship or leave a friendship, anything, leave. Do not stay. Do not pass go. Not collect $200, because at the end of the day, you have to live with that for however long you decide to deal with it. Everyone has their breaking point. Everyone gets to a point where they're just like, excuse my language, but fuck it. Like, I don't care. I don't want to deal with this stuff anymore. And I feel like that's the point that both her and I got to in the relationship. So it was hard. It was really hard because not only did I lose, my spouse, but I lost a really good friend, and maybe one day we can be friends, but as of now, personally, I can't be her friend just because of my feelings. Just because of my feelings. I just honestly wanted to come to you guys to let you guys know that yes, I was married. Yes, it was a hard situation. No, I was not ready to be married. No, not at all. No one's ever really ready per se, just because you don't know what to expect, but I knew better. I knew better, and it was just a situation where, I just knew better, and I just made a mistake, and I just appreciate all the support that I've had from friends and family and you guys. Like when I said something in my living in the dorms versus living off base video, I talked about my ex-wife or soon-to-be ex-wife, and I got tons of support via Snapchat, Instagram, on YouTube. So thank you guys so much for giving me those encouraging words and letting me know that you guys are on my side, because it was a really hard situation. It was really hard to get through, but I'm better. I'm good. I just appreciate the support, like, wholeheartedly. So getting married in the military isn't really hard. It's kind of easy, actually. All you need to do is just bring in your marriage certificate into the personnel, and what they'll do is they'll put it into a database called DEERS. That's literally like all your information. They'll put it in that database and your marital status will change. It's kind of the same with divorce. All you need to do is just take your divorce decree into personnel, let them know like, hey, I'm divorced. They'll go ahead and put that into the system, and you and your partner, if you're both active duty, will not be joint spouse anymore at all. You won't have any affiliation with them at all. And then if you are married to a civilian and you say that you're divorced, they will not be able to leave with you or PCS with you or anything like that, from what I know. As far as actually getting the divorce, it depends on what state you want to get a divorce in. Here in Texas, you have to be at least a resident of Texas for 6 months. And for it to be a pro se, which means like you're doing the divorce on your own, you can't have a house that you guys bought together, you can't have children. I think those are the two stipulations, the house and the kids. Just because a pro se divorce is basically saying that you're doing it yourself, and if you have a child, you can't necessarily do it yourself. You have to have a lawyer write up the decree. So if any of you are going through a divorce, hopefully it's civil, just because divorces that aren't civil get really, really messy really quick, and I don't want anyone going through that, because it will take a lot longer and it will be a lot more expensive than you guys just saying, okay, we know we don't need to be together. So as far as my situation, we both were pretty civil. There were hiccups in between where we weren't as civil, but as of now we are civil, and I did file for a divorce, so it is filed, it is in the system. So once you file for a divorce here in Texas, you have to wait at least 60 days to get the divorce decree. And the way that that works is you'll basically go to court, whoever filed, which will be me. So I will go to court and I will basically say something to the judge to the degree of, yes, I want to get a divorce, and I understand what's happening, I understand what this says, and blah blah blah. So that's pretty much how that works. And then I'll get the decree, and I think it's like a few bucks per page, and there's like 7 pages. So I'm probably just gonna make 2 copies, one for me, one for her, and we can call it a day with that. So this is just encouraging words to anyone who is feeling the urge to get married. Do not get married for money. Do not get married for money. Do not get married because you don't want to be by yourself. Don't do it, because you're going to put yourself in a situation where you're going to be like me, 22 and divorced, and you haven't even really started your life yet. Yes, I went to college. Yes, I joined the military, and I've been active duty for almost 2 years, but I'm still young. I'm 22 years old, but I have a divorce under my belt. So does anyone want to be like young and divorced and still trying to find themselves and still try and figure out what they want to do with their lives? Like, no, I don't feel like that's a good idea. And just being in the situation that I am now versus where I was, I think that love blinded me, and I feel like just the fact of losing someone blinded me. So if you're ever scared of losing someone, if someone makes you feel uncomfortable with not marrying them, then I would just recommend just not doing it, because if someone really loves you, they will never put you in a situation where you're really uncomfortable. If you're not ready, you're not ready. And if they're ready and you're not, then that just means you guys aren't compatible in that moment. That doesn't mean that you guys should break up or whatever, but stick with your gut. If your gut tells you no, then don't do it. Now, if your gut tells you yes, then do it. But if I'm missing anything, or if you guys have any questions about anything, or if you want more advice, then go ahead and just leave them down in the comments below. If you don't want them to be public, you can always hit me up on my social media. If I don't hit you back in like a timely manner, go ahead and send another one. Sometimes they get lost, or sometimes, you know, I forget. Like, I'll read it and I'll think like, okay, I'll respond, and I never do. And I apologize for that. If I've done that to any of y'all, I'm so sorry. It's just, you know, it's hard sometimes. But all in all, I just really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from, and I don't want you guys to think that it's the end of the world after you get a divorce, or if you're in a relationship that doesn't work. I just want you guys to know that, you know, I'm always here for you. I say that in almost all of my like talking videos, that I am here for you. And if you all feel like you need just a listening ear, or if you want advice, then you can go ahead and talk to me or someone that you trust. So yeah, there are more videos to come. If you guys like me uploading weekly, then go ahead and thumbs up this video. If you guys want to see more of me, like if you want to see 2 videos a week instead of just 1, go ahead and leave that down in the comments below so I can see where you guys are. And if you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Show me some love. For real, because we got goals and we're gonna make our goals, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for supporting me and leaving me comments and asking me questions, because it really helps my creative juices to flow. I love you guys so much, and just keep me in your thoughts, okay? My battery's about to die, so I gotta go. I'm giving y'all like baby D vibes. Like, yes, honey, I love that. Hey, do your do. Want me to feel like I'm no one time.